Our next speaker, George Meyers, 1300 North Wisconsin, speaking on assessment.
Thank you, Janice. Oh, what a tangled web we weave when first we practice to deceive. 5 major property owners, JCPenney and Boston Store among them, are challenging city assessments that could cost the city hundreds of dollars if you lose those lawsuits. Those property owners are right, of course, regarding their complaint. Anyone who lives in this Racine owns property and does not receive a paycheck from the city, knows that the assessments of their properties are too high, about double what they should be. On the lawsuit, you've gotten through the Board of Review, as expected. Winning at circuit court, I'm a little surprised, but not too surprised. The judges there, all local residents, are not as independent as they might like to think they are. But when you get to the appeals court, things can change, and you've got to be all holding your collective breaths. If justice prevails, which it might just happen, it will put the assessor's office and you in a turmoil. These large property owners will be owed huge sums of money, and the charade of the assessors, mayor, and aldermen will start to crumble. For you will have a growing number of properties assessed at the true market value, and a much larger portion of the properties still assessed at the market bubble prices, creating a huge inequity and even greater numbers of complaints as more of the tax burdens get shifted to those with the exaggerated assessments. Of course, the city assessor could just undercut these lawsuits by just becoming honest, assess everyone's property at the true market value of the properties. That would cut everyone's assessment about 50% of the current phony price. But then strike up the band, for the 16 of you sitting here have some very loud music to face when, as the Journal Times headlines read, tax rates increased by 200%. And your charade will have been exposed, for you have been hiding your spending sprees behind a mushrooming housing bubble, and the Journal Times has aided and abetted this endeavor with headlines of decreasing tax rates. But you could survive such a disclosure. You would survive the 200% tax rate increase headlines. For the property owners, although maybe hysterical at first, would find out soon enough that their taxes did not double but stayed about the same. And those troublesome lawsuits would be quickly nullified. And once things quieted down, you could all feel better. And you would have learned your first lesson that honesty really is the best policy.